This video will show 100% evidence that a ring laser gyroscope does not prove the Earth's rotation. Bob Nodell, who was part of Globebusters with Jaron Campanella, was in a documentary with Jaron and other so-called flat earthers called Behind the Curve that was released in 2018. Bob set forth to do an experiment with a ring laser gyroscope to prove the Earth does not rotate, and one person in his flat Earth community supposedly purchased one for $20,000. Bob claims when he turned on the gyroscope, he was picking up a drift of 15 degrees per hour, which means the Earth does one full rotation in 24 hours, which is 360 degrees, and you divide 24 into 360 and you get 15. So according to Bob Nodell, the Earth is rotating. The Globe Shield's Simon Dan and McToon used Bob's so-called evidence as proof of a 15 degree per hour drift and actually thank Bob for it constantly. So these idiots are using supposed evidence from a flat earther, which I find hilarious.
Now, as we know, the angular velocity of the Earth is
a 15 degree per hour drift.
Thanks, Bob. I even managed to get Bob in as an assistant for this challenge. Thanks to him. So yes, 15 degrees per hour.
We were picking up a drift. A 15 degree per hour drift.
Thanks, Bob.
The first proof there is no drift of 15 degrees per hour comes from a fellow called Q and Fee, who debunks this easily using suncalc.org. Then the second proof we'll see comes from good old Albert Einstein.
Recently, we carried out an experiment to test the rotation to the Earth. If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000.
Did you video record that ring laser for us? Or you show some pictures from Google?
But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope...
Do you have any recordings of you guys switching on this laser gyro?
We found that we were picking up a drift. A 15 degree per hour drift.
Hey Bobby the Liar, did you know only the celestial bodies in the celestial sphere move with that rate? Here, the sun in the celestial sphere. The virtual sun moves exactly 15 degrees in 1 hour.
The apparent motion of the sun is not uniform. For this reason, it would be difficult to construct a clock capable of keeping this irregular time. Therefore, a mean or imaginary sun is used.
Here is a 73 azimuth. And then an hour later it's 88 azimuth. And when we look at the observed sun from this location, then it moved only 8 degrees. From 273 to 265.
Now.
Hey Bobby the Liar, did you know only the celestial bodies in the celestial sphere move with that rate?
Obviously, we were taken aback by that. Wow, that's kind of a problem, right?
We cannot detect 15 degrees an hour from the observed sun. This app showed the observed sun, so this is what the people see and observe. Let's see how many degrees it moves, roughly. Here at 6, it had an azimuth of 55. And here an azimuth of 64. So that's 9 degrees. From 64 to 71 is 7 degrees. And it moved again 7 degrees in an hour. Let's move from 78 to 85. And that's around the 8 degrees. 85. And again 8 degrees. Oh, and now 10 degrees. You cannot detect the sun going 15 degrees an hour. And on this day, the sun moves with these rates over a full latitude. It's all the same this day. It seems it cannot make a full rotation in 24 hours with this rate.
Now let's take a look at proof number 2 with a quote from Albert Einstein taken from a lecture in 1922 called How I Created the Theory of Relativity. I have posted a link to Einstein's lecture in the description. While I was thinking of this problem in my student years, I came to know the strange result of Michelson's experiment. Soon I came to the conclusion that our idea about the motion of the Earth with respect to the ether is incorrect if we admit Michelson's null result as a fact. This was the first path which led me to the special theory of relativity. Since then, I have come to believe that the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment, though the Earth is revolving around the Sun. That's from Albert Einstein's 1922 lecture called How I Created the Theory of Relativity. One thing I have to also note about this quote is Einstein adding the Earth is revolving around the Sun, which I find funny because he asserted that like it was fact and never provided any proof we are revolving around the Sun. Now let's look at the highlighted part of the quote again. Since then, I have come to believe that the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. Using a ring laser gyroscope is an optical experiment, and Einstein says the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. So according to Albert Einstein, the ring laser gyroscope experiment was garbage from the beginning. So Bob Nodell is a liar, and Simon Dan and McToon are either in on this with Bob or they're both stupid.